Have you ever looked at your pet and felt like they were quietly watching over you, acting as a protector for your home? Picture a quiet evening at home. A grandfather and his little granddaughter are settling in for the night, while their mother dog and her litter of puppies are happily eating their dinner nearby. But suddenly, the mother dog freezes. She drops her food and goes completely still. She senses a deep, hidden danger approaching that the grandfather and the little girl are completely unaware of. This diagram shows what is happening underground in that exact moment. When an earthquake starts, it sends out different kinds of invisible energy ripples. The very first ones to arrive move incredibly fast, but they are so subtle that human bodies usually miss them entirely. A dog's sensitive paws and ears, however, can easily detect those subtle, fast-moving vibrations traveling through the floorboards. Those fast ripples act like an invisible alarm bell, giving the dog just a few precious seconds of early warning before the heavy, destructive shaking actually hits the house. She doesn't waste a single one of those seconds. She springs into action immediately, grabbing the puppy who hasn't even finished his dinner and quickly herding the entire litter out into the safety of their outdoor doghouse. This split-second reaction is driven by a deep protective instinct. When danger threatens, the safety of the litter becomes the only priority. With her puppy safely tucked away outside, she races right back to the main house. She runs up to the window and starts barking frantically to warn the humans inside. Inside, the grandfather and the little girl are completely confused by her sudden, desperate behavior. But then, the grandfather looks down at the table. A glass of water is sitting there, and the liquid inside is vibrating violently. In the next second, the violent shaking finally hits. The force throws the mother dog backward into the yard as the glass window shatters entirely. There is absolutely no time to run. The grandfather can only throw his arms over his granddaughter to shield her as the entire house collapses into a heavy pile of rubble. When the dust begins to settle, the puppies are panicked. The mother dog immediately shifts from trying to warn her family to trying to rescue them, digging into the heavy debris. She digs through the day and into the night. She pushes away heavy stones and splinters until her paws are torn open and bleeding against the sharp, broken concrete. The earthquake leveled the walls and the roof of their home, but that raw physical destruction could not break her resolve to protect the humans she loves. Looking out over the dusty, ruined landscape, the mother dog comes to a harsh realization.
All of her physical digging, even with her cuppies trying to help, simply will not be enough to move the heaviest layers of rubble. So she changes her strategy. She stops digging and starts using her strongest tool, her nose, to find someone who can help. This animation shows how her sense of smell works. A dog has millions of highly sensitive receptors in their nose. Even in thick dust, they isolate specific human scent particles, following them like a brightly lit path. Following that invisible path, she tracks the scent away from her ruined home until she spots two rescue workers a short distance away. Since she can't speak to them, she uses her voice the only way she can. She barks over and over, begging these strangers to understand her and follow her lead. Her persistence works. She takes off sprinting ahead through the ruins, constantly looking back to make sure the two rescuers are staying right behind her. She leads them directly back to the collapsed house, guiding them to the exact spot where they finally find her family trapped underneath the debris. By evaluating the obstacle and coordinating with complete strangers, she orchestrated a rescue mission that her own physical strength couldn't achieve alone. Soon, the chaotic roar of an engine fills the air as a rescue helicopter arrives, hovering loudly above the unstable ruins. Because the ground below is completely broken and unstable, the helicopter cannot safely land. Instead, the crew has to lower a rescue rope down to the surface. The extraction is incredibly tense. The rescuers secure the grandfather first and pull him up into the cabin because he is suffering from severe blood loss, and then they safely lift the little girl. But the grandfather's critical injuries create a tragic reality for the rescue crew. They have to evacuate him to a hospital immediately, which means there is no time left to secure the animals. The dogs have to be left behind. As the helicopter pulls away into the sky, the mother dog refuses to believe they are abandoning her. She takes off, running across the broken ground and chasing the shadow of the aircraft with everything she has. But no matter how fast she runs, she can't catch a helicopter. Eventually, her energy runs out. She comes to a stop and is forced to stand there, watching the aircraft vanish into the distance. While she watches them fly away, she remains with her pups as the protector who made this reunion possible. Her quick thinking and her refusal to give up are the reasons her family is alive. The unbreakable bond of family often requires difficult sacrifices, and as she sits safely with her puppies, she knows the humans she saved will return for her as soon as they can.